Hi, I'm going to show you a couple of poses to work on the pelvic floor. So while we're doing this, I invite you to really nourish yourself. Take this as a practice of self-care and bringing that nourishing root, grounding, beautiful healing earth energy to strengthen, to lengthen, to harmonize any of that pelvic floor area. And then that in turn is going to help that relationship with the low back, your abdominals, and your root chakra, and your basic foundation. So whatever ails you, sometimes it manifests in the form of menstrual cramps, or as people age, anything in the function of the kidneys, so the urinary tract, and then menopause, perimenopause for men, urination, things like that, prostate, all of this can be harmonized and balanced and strengthened, conditioned. We can heal our bodies and make anything great. So on that note, I'll start off at, basically one level, and you can stay there, and then as things strengthen or as your intuition tells you, you can add on and go. I mean, if you're a practice person in yoga or you're pretty athletic, then all of this can just be intuitively added on to your practice. So it's all in the spirit of play, but I'm also going to give you some alignment cues, and then also some cues to bring in that energy and to notice where those energy is flowing, perhaps where you can guide it to be, and then all in the spirit of the intention of amplifying our potential to create. And with that, we need our bodies harmonized and our root chakra nice and grounded. So if you've experienced a beautiful opening, root chakra opening, then this will also help you stay in that space. So here we are seated in cross-legged position. So begin to come to your breath wherever you are, however you're seated. Begin to inhale and lengthen your inhalations, and then exhale, letting go of anything that needs to let go. And then on that in-breath, you're allowing, receiving this beautiful grounding energy up through your root chakra, up through your torso, into that beautiful heart space. And if your eyes are already closed, you can draw your hands to Anjali Mudra onto your chest and begin to feel that heart expansive energy and that relationship with that pelvic floor. And then right here, this first practice, begin to draw that perineum, everything in and up with the inhalation. Drawing all that inhalation up to your heart center and all the way up to your head. And then at the top of your breath, exhale, let go of that pelvic floor. Good. Then on your next inhalation, draw all that energy, draw the perineum up, draw your belly button into your spine, keep that energy flowing up. And at the top of your breath, you can exhale, let all of that energy go, all of the judgment. Good, and then inhaling, drawing in all of that beautiful healing chi energy from the ground. Up through each center of your body, good, top of your breath. And then exhale, letting anything that needs to go, good. And then now you can just come to a normal breath. Peek your eyes open. Good. And then let's go ahead and come to the floor. So rotate your body and lie on your back, but keep your knees pointed up towards the sky. Good, and lengthen your neck so that, and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Wiggle out through your hips. You can even windshield wiper your legs a couple times. And then come back to that beautiful breath. And then be aware of the back of your palate, that energy center behind your head. Good, your heart center, and then that pelvic floor. Good. Draw your elbows into your side body and press a little into your triceps. Good. Wiggle your fingers out. Nice. And then bring your fingertips to your heels. And your heels are rooted into the ground. Pick up your toes, wiggle them, place them back on the ground, and begin to come to that grounding, rooting energy through your feet. And your fingertips are clasping or are touching your heels. You could just, your fingertips are touching your heels. Good. If you want to stay here, you're welcome to. Next step is to gently rotate your pelvis, tip it towards your toes, press through the heels, press through your triceps. Good. And lift into bridge pose. Good. Press through the heels, extend through the thighs if you wish. Good, and coming to that breath and then coming to your heart center. It's a big, beautiful heart center. You can take your hands into a clasp if you haven't already. Rotate more to your triceps. Good. And then come to your breath. Deep inhalations and exhalations. And the backside body should be firm and supporting the beautiful expansion of your front body, your heart, in through the hips, the knees. Good. And feeling that heart expanded energy. And you're feeling supported by the pelvic floor. Good. And then you can let go of the clasp. And then gently from the top of your spine, rotate down to the floor. Ending with your pelvis onto the floor. Good. Gently keeping that breath. And allowing and receiving any information, allowing and receiving that beautiful energy. You can windshield wiper the legs slightly if you want to release any buttocks energy, any low back energy. Good. You can draw your knees into your chest and give them a big hug. Good. You can wiggle side to side if you wish. Just anything that you let go of. Release through that energy. You can feel it letting go. You can feel your body wanting to relax, to receive, to allow that beautiful guiding, grounding energy. Nice. And then when you're ready from that beautiful pose to transition, when you flip to to fetal position on your left side, use your hands to come up. Good. Come back to a seated position. And then let's go ahead and draw our hands into our heart center. Big inhalation. Big exhalation. Nice. Wiggle it out. Good. Next, we're going to come to Malasana pose. So Malasana pose, we'll try to get our feet rooted flat on the ground. But to start, you can come up on your toes. Good. Come up on your toes, get your balance, and then draw your right arm in between your legs, your left arm, and then go ahead and settle back onto your heels if you're able to. Good. And then settle your pelvis in between your heels. Good. And then your shoulders will come just outside of your knees, your armpits. Good. And then if you're here, Go ahead and draw your hands back into Anjali Mudra. Nice. And let's try to bring some awareness to your pelt, to your root, tailbone coming down. Good. And then slightly draw your collarbones. So pressing your triceps slightly into your inside of your knees. Good. Take your gaze, keep your gaze up towards the screen, towards me, but then take your eyes towards your fingertips in Anjali Mudra. And then become aware of the pulsing between your fingers and fingertips. Good, that kind of takes your mind off of the ankles. We're building and strengthening those ankles, rooting. Good. Come back to that awareness of the energy in your hands. Take a few breaths here. Your gaze is coming off the tip of your nose onto your fingertips. Nice. Feel that pulsing. Good. And then let's go ahead and slightly come to where you're touching your bum onto the ground. Unwind the pose. Draw your right leg out in front of you, your left leg. You can wiggle them a little. Good. And then side to side through the low back. Nice. You can place your feet back on the ground. Your toes out in front of you. Good. Draw your right arm, come around the outside of your left knee. Place your left arm behind you and begin to twist. So pressing your seat down into the ground, inhaling up through your spine and rotating. Turn your gaze to the left. And take a few breaths in this twist. Inhaling the energy up through your pelvis, through your root chakra. And then on the exhale, you're twisting out through that heart space energy. Good. And then on an inhalation, release. Take a slight counter pose by landing your right hand and twisting slightly to the other side. Good. Come back. And just take a moment to reset. Good. Again, draw your legs, place your feet on the ground. Take your left hand this time to the outside of your right knee. Draw your right hand up and place it behind you with a twist. Again, inhaling that beautiful healing, grounding energy up through your torso. And then with an exhalation out through the heart center. Take a couple breaths here. And then when you're even on that side, unwind your pose. Come back to a seated cross-legged position. Bring your hands to heart center. And then now that you had a beautiful chance to feel that pulsing between your hands, amplified from that grounding energy that you brought in, use this opportunity to go into meditation or to go into a creative space or to work out, whatever you wish to co-create with the universe right now. I invite you to be in this beautiful space, and let's close that out with that pulsing energy between our hands. Our thumbs are going to come to our sternum. Good, and then we're going to take an in-breath and an out-breath, and then an in-breath together, and then an om. So I'm going to lead you in that. A big inhalation. Namaste.